Hey, welcome back to another edition of Everything Football 62. I'm your host, Jonathan Big Tex Johnson, a.k.a. Uncle Tex, a.k.a. Professor Tex. Say happy Thanksgiving, happy Feast of Gratitude for everybody up out there on the day. I'm going to do a quick show right here, man. A couple of things I want to get up off my chest. Before we get started, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. Any questions, concerns, anything, talk football, let's be respectful because, again, it's still a game and we can rap about it and whatnot and stuff like that. First and foremost, I was just on YouTube. I actually did a show on this a couple of years ago, a little PSA, and that Manscaped commercial shit. Dudes would be a fool. I almost was about to buy their product and tell how they sit up there and have women up there, advertising this shit, talking about, shaving the balls, shaving this, that, and the other. And I found it out, and it hit me, even a couple of years ago, it hit me. I have yet to see a commercial where it's men talking about a broad need to shave her goddamn pussy. Shave that goddamn wizard sleeve of a thing that she got down there. Or she need to clean, or she need to douche, or she need to do any of that type of shit. Why isn't it commercials like that? Why are men that try to be the butt of the fucking jokes? Men look like fucking stupid buffoons. Shout out to my man CGA, Coach Greg Adams, who's doing the greatest job in the manosphere right about now. Loving him for that. Shout out to him. You may never see this, but shout out to my man and stuff like that. And I was a little slow with him at first, man, but I say he done been through it all. And when you go through it all, you done seen it all. And when you've seen it all, you can speak on all. You know what I'm saying? And that's what separates him from the rest of the other jokers. A lot of jokers be talking all that mess and this, that, and the other. Them jokers ain't never been married, never stayed in the house with a woman. Never had kids, never had any of that stuff, no responsibilities and stuff, never been around the business women. CGA has been around has been around women coaching basketball. So he know. So when he's talking, I suggest anybody who don't know about him need to go over there and go holler at his channel and whatnot, subscribe to his channel and listen to what the man got to say, because it's a wealth of information. It's a wealth of information that any young man needs to have in this day and time. And to be fair, I would say I wish I had that, but I say the thing about with me is that I knew all this stuff, but I'm not a mouthpiece type of guy. So I can't say that stuff, but I always felt a particular way that a lot of times with women it's just like it's overrated. Like the great Patrice O'Neal stood up there and said, women are overrated. But that's another story. That's not my channel. We're going to get back to football. I'm just saying that Manscaped shit, man, don't buy that bullshit, man. Go find your fucking razor and shave your fucking balls and shit and call it a fucking day. Don't be sitting up there, endorsing a product that sits up there and make you like a fucking idiot. I don't understand cats. But let's get to football. Your boy went 10-4 last week. I ain't gonna go through a lot of stuff because I was fucking around with Feast of Gratitude meal and stuff, dealing with my daughter and shit like that or whatever. So I'm a little off. But I will say this here. I'm gonna give you my picks for week I guess it should be week 11, I think. Green Bay and Detroit. I know they probably up. Oh, I didn't even think I forgot Green Bay and Detroit was even playing Thanksgiving. Completely forgot about that. I'm only thinking about the Dallas game with the Skins and shit later on and whatnot. I'm taking Green Bay, not because they're winning, because I just think Green Bay is, I had these picks yesterday, but had so much shit that I had to do. I'm taking Green Bay. Washington, Dallas, of course, Dallas. San Francisco, Seattle. I'm gonna take San Francisco. Miami and the Jets. Obviously, I'm taking Miami. New Orleans, Atlanta. The South, probably the weakest division in football right now. And this is funny right here. I'm gonna tell you why this is funny. This is funny because if you want it, because you have so many people that sit up there and be talking that shit about y'all played the Giants, or y'all played the Jets, or y'all played this team. This is NFL football. So therefore, it doesn't matter who you're playing. But if we want to go into weakness and shit like that, I would give you that. But they're a professional team. I really can't give you that. Then everybody get a chance to play the South, because the South is the weakest division in football right now. And I don't know who wants that, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it to New Orleans. Let them do what they're gonna do with that one. Now, because Atlanta's quarterback position is fucked up. I'm taking Pitt with Cincinnati. I'm taking Houston's hot. Oh shit, this is a good game. Jacksonville and Houston, that's gonna be a good game. I'm going to give the edge to Jacksonville. Tampa Bay and Indianapolis, I'm going to take Tampa Bay with that one. New England and New York, 2 losers and whatnot. Damn. It's even hard when you even picking losers. That's what I'm saying. This is the NFL. I'm going to take New England. Take New England because, Parcells used to be that. And I'm going to get to talking about Parcells. Not Parcells. Belichick later on. Carolina and Tennessee. I'm going to take Tennessee. I'm going to take Tennessee because they just need to do something. I can't believe Tennessee has fell that far. LA and the Arizona Cardinals. That's my wild card pick. I'm going to take Arizona. I'm going to think Kyler Murray's going to ball out. Cleveland and Denver. I'm going to take Denver. They're hot right now. Kansas City over Raiders all day. I just see that happening because them guys going to have to get their shit together. Pathetic all of the drops that they've had. 22 drops throughout the first 11 weeks of the damn season. And that was a game winner. You can never count Mahomes out. Troy Aikman pointed out when that last play, when it's 4th and 25, Mahomes, he said, they're going to try to rush Mahomes. He said, but they're going to drop everybody. He said, normally, that's not a big deal. He said, well, Mahomes will still put the ball there anytime he put the ball right in that boy's hands, and that boy still dropped that goddamn ball. Buffalo and Philadelphia. I'm going to take Buffalo. Baltimore and Lack. I'm taking Baltimore. Minnesota and Chicago. I'm going to take Chicago. I'm going to take Chicago on that one. I'm going to take Chicago on that one. Because Justin Fields got something to prove. He played a good game last week. And, it ended up coming up short. Now to Bill Belichick. Let's be very clear with this. Let's be very clear with this guy. You got a lot of people that's talking a lot of shit because they're going through what they're going through in New England. And what people need to do, because this is why I'm a historian of the game, because Belichick is a historian of the game. One of the things about Belichick that's amazing to me that I like about him, never been a Patriots fan, obviously, Belichick fan, and I am a fan of his coaching because it's about football. It's not about anything else but football with that guy. Everything is about football. And to say that, he can't win without Brady and that, bullshit. That team in 2019, the last time that they actually won the AFC West, I believe, AFC East, there's no players. And what's happening is that he had the magic touch when it came to dealing with a lot of different players and whatnot that he drafted. And because everything with with New England was he drafted guys who nobody else wanted and turned them into champions. So to say that, he can't coach them, or he can't do this, he can't do it. This man has 6 championships as a head coach. Throwing the other 2 as a defensive coordinator, one of the better defenses that played in that of the mid-'80s into the early '90s and whatnot. This man coached Lawrence Taylor, Harry Carson, Leonard Marshall, and whatnot, Collins, all them guys, man. Carl Banks, all them guys, man. And like I say, hell of a coach. To try to discard him like he's garbage, it's like, no, this is just what happens in the game. Belichick could have retired 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years ago. And he's a first ballot Hall of Fame. In fact, I will go on a limb to sit up there and say that Belichick has to be one of the greatest coaches that ever coached, if not the greatest. And you say, Unc, you talking shit, you crazy. Let's do this. Bill Belichick, like I said, 6 championships. 6 championships. And You talking about somebody probably close to 300 wins, 150 losses. 150 losses, right? And we're not going to even go into how many AFC championship games. What was it, 10? And y'all want to try to say this man is some garbage now? He can't coach? Now, I know his time is coming up because that's what age does. That's what time does. Time has no friends when it comes to this. And I'm like, that's cute. That's fine. 6 Super Bowl championships. 10 AFC championships. Who wouldn't take that resume? Who wouldn't say this guy can't coach no more? Put him on a team with some damn players. Now, he's the one. He built a culture. Tom Brady is no place else but New England. He's no place else. He is not the player that he is if it's not. They came together at a perfect time in both of their careers. Both of them had something to prove because he wanted to get up under Parcells and whatnot, and he knew that the only way for him to do it is to become a head coach, not constantly stand as a defensive coordinator. Because he could stay a defensive coordinator and just be like, fuck it. He could just say, fuck it. And I'm going to just go off of that, and I could go from there. Like a Bud Carson and other guys like that. You know, or my man, I can't remember his name off the top of my head. But he was a defensive coordinator for years with Pittsburgh. Never was a head coach. He's a great defensive back. Matter of fact, he's a defensive back Hall of Famer. I can't think of his name off the top of my head. It'll come to me later. But this is what I'm talking about. And when I'm talking about this, I'm trying to say that, get off here. Let's just do this because you know I fuck with the numbers. Vince Lombardi, 136 and 96. 2 Super Bowl championships, 5 NFL championships, which is still the Super Bowl that day and time. That's how it was. You don't take that from him. That's 7. That's 7. Because of what he did, right? From a Super Bowl era and whatnot, Parcells is the best that's ever done it. Talk that shit about cheating. I don't care. Every coach, every team cheats. It's all about who you're always looking for an edge. He is the Vince Lombardi of the New England, was the Packers of the 60s in that of the 2000s. And we talking about the 2000 from 2000 to 2010 to 2010 to 2020. Easily. Let's go to the next one. Let's go before him. Paul Brown, who Vince Lombardi, Tom Landry come from under that, and you talk about Paul Brown and what he did to the league. 3 NFL championships, 4 AFC championships, that's 7. Let's go to Tom Landry. Because from that tree, 2 Super Bowls, over 29 years of coaching. Now, you got somebody like Parcells who could probably go 20 plus years and whatnot, and what Tom Landry did has nothing on what Bill Belichick did. Only 2 rings. Now, they should have won about 4 with him. They should have beat Baltimore in that damn Super Bowl in Super Bowl 5. They should have beat Pittsburgh in Super Bowl 10. Should have beat Pittsburgh in Super Bowl 12. But they didn't. Okay? You mean to tell Belichick's resume rings far greater than these guys. Don Shula. "26 years, 257, 133. He should have won a couple of Super Bowls with Dan Marino, but because of his stubbornness, never got a running back. to take some pressure off of him. Chuck Noll, 4. So the point that I'm making there is that you got somebody like Chuck Noll in the Super Bowl era, 4. He's considered that guy. Bill Belichick has surpassed all them guys at one point or another. And he hasn't coached 29 years. Right at 23, if I'm not mistaken. Being the head coach of 28 years. So he's 294. Roughly, I think he got like 300 wins, maybe something like that. With 2 different teams because he coached the Browns and then didn't really coach the Jets. So that doesn't even count. And then, of course, the 20 years. 23, let me see. 23 years that he has with the Pats. Bill Belichick is that guy. And if anybody wants to play football, that's where you go. Now, if you want to do all that other shit, you go someplace else. And if you want your money to be a certain way, he gives you a resume and you go get paid someplace else. That's greatness. To say that Tom Brady, no, this man built a culture. As a coach, you have to build a culture in order for you to win and sustain winning for a long period of time, and he did it for 20 years. And to say that he's nothing, and I'm hearing all these different pundits talk shit about him. I'm like, no, Belichick probably is going to go down as probably to me at this time one of the greatest coaches that ever coached. And you can talk shit about him. You can know like his sullenness, how he doesn't talk to the press. I love it. I love it. Why? Because it's all about football, which takes me back to my channel. Everything football. It's football, man. Not all that other shit. And this is why he does what he does, how he's good at what he does, and he's great at what he does. And he's a first ballot Hall of Famer, and there's no reason for people to start throwing dirt on his name and whatnot. Much like when I talked about Russell Wilson, I'm like, how can you say he's garbage? How? 11 years of excellence, that doesn't mean anything? 20 years of excellence, that doesn't mean anything? Yeah. What's his name? Belichick, who was the coach for the Ravens. Brian Belichick. He said the same reason that they hired you is the same reason that they will fire you. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. It may be time to move on. And I would like to see Belichick go to a team that has an excessive amount of talent already, a bunch of first round talent. That's what makes him great, because he didn't deal with a bunch of first round talent. You follow? That's the difference. That's what separates him from everybody else. And he's in that upper echelon with the other guys because of the Super Bowl era and over 8 victories in the Super Bowl. Put some respect on that man's name. And stop with that bullshit. All right? We tell you guys all the time, there is no GOAT, there's no greatest of all time, as long as time is still going on. And I can tell you guys all the time, numbers don't lie and get emotional. People do. You guys have a great Thanksgiving, and we talk to you later.